yellow.
Starting to the top left of Belchever's stage for the third time against his Terran opponent is
FXO Hurricane.
Hurricane, formerly known as Tyr, changed his ID of the suggestion of his mom.
Yeah, his mom probably a rock fan. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. Bottom right, we have the King of Marines for the Prime team. Well, he didn't win just yet, I'm sorry. He is
MarineKing Prime.
And
you know, the GSL actually being on my side here, a little bit quick to the draw, I admit, but still, they think MarineKing is going to take it.
yeah. By the way, he's going for the same build, so I'm wrong. I thought he was going to go for a more aggressive strategy on this map. I was actually really thinking he was going to go 11-11. Did not happen.
Yeah.
He's just going to CC first on the low ground once more.
I mean, we are going into the mind games here at this point. This is really something where we could see the same builds, but by now, if you face your opponent 3 times basically in a row, it's you looking at it as like, okay, do I open up with the same build? Do I change something? Is he gonna blank counter the build that I chose in the last 2 games, or what is he gonna do? Hurricane wants to know what's happening, and he sends out the early probe once again, but MarineKing is really building the same things again. On the low ground, CZ first.
I was just saying it's a unique position for both these pros players. Is right now, First can just sit here and watch this, right? And when MarineKing watches them play PvP, there's nothing for him to gain from that. That was nicely done by MarineKing. But when MarineKing watches the PvP, there's nothing for him to gain from that. There's nothing to study. He's just there going, please win. Or please lose, you know, and whichever player he wants to face next. Yeah. Well, actually, in the case of the pros versus pros, he has no choice where you go into the loop again.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, First knows what the build is. So if he if he sees MarineKing losing here, then he'll be like, okay, I have to face the Terran player again. But he's definitely looking at this build on. And he's like, okay, you build the same. You went for the same exact style in basically all of your games so far. Maybe I'm gonna just do something super risky and try to take you down early.
Right. You know, for example, if they roll Vestige again as the map, which is possible, then he's like, well, you did this on Vestige last time, so maybe you'll do it again.
Well, you did it so far on every single map that we
Well, that's also true. And MarineKing could try to remember all this stuff. You know, I know he's like probably getting confused. Like, wait, was it Tyr or Hurricane that did that push with the sentries dropped my main?
You know, sometimes a little bit sad that a few of the words that we have in German don't really work in English, because MarineKing, when it comes down to his builds, is very beratungsresistent. It's one of the words that not only the English casters should learn, but also the Korean ones. It's true for so many players. It just means when someone is really very, very stubborn and doesn't refuse to change anything at all.
When you said
saying it in a cute way.
When you said that word, that was not part of my German vocabulary. When you said that word, all I heard was persistent. So I thought maybe I kind of got it by.
No, not persistent. Beratungsresistent.
All right. Well, he's resistant to bratwurst.
Resistance versus bratwurst +1. Main base scout now.
Yeah, he sees the extreme. Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, he sees the extreme
he sees
forge.
the forge. Okay. So he spots the forge, and this is a bit of a variation from what we've seen. Hurricane so far has shown us a lot of different builds.
Yeah. He's not gonna do the same build twice, and that's what I love about him. He's the wildcard Protoss from FX Open. He's the one that they pull out as a sniper. He has so many different builds up his sleeve he can use, whereas MarineKing just starts to feel a little bit stale with his openings.
You know, if MarineKing actually loses to Hurricane here, what he really should do is bring Warhound Prime into the play and just be like, okay, take him down. Bite Hurricane on the ankle, and then we'll see how much he's going to do it in the 4th time that I play him.
Oh.
Yeah, Stalker gets away here. But it was close. You could have actually missed that.
That was, it could have been quite the dramatic end for that Stalker.
Yeah. Well, we have the additional gateways now added for Hurricane, and the +1 armor upgrade is being chrono boosted here. God knows what exactly he's going to do with that Guardian shield that he has.
I think he was trying to hold G to open the gateways.
I think he just likes bubbles.
Maybe he does like bubbles, but my explanation is he was trying to make warp gates.
I like my explanation a lot more. Yours makes more sense, I know, but still.
Either one is possible.
Yeah. We have now to the bottom right not only the +1 attack upgrade for MarineKing, but also the stim is coming up for him, and he goes into double reactor. The Marines that are moving across the map are really designed to do damage.
Gee, he wishes he had that energy now on that sentry, doesn't he?
Yeah, he definitely does, and MarineKing wishes that he had stim. You know, he has a huge force here.
He's going to do a lot of damage regardless because the energy is gone. Oh!
He
targets
misses
the one
it!
with the energy.
He's getting the first sentry, that's the one with the energy, and he's just ignoring the photon overcharge, and he's doing a ton of damage.
Well, he needs to continue to chase because he's not going to kill that Nexus.
Oh, he's doing terrible damage here, taking down so many units, all those mining time lost.
And he's just going to walk away.
Wow.
He's only scared of small cannons.
12 harvesters killed, 2 sentries died to this.
Units lost 1075 to 425.
MarineKing is about to break the curse here. I mean, he hasn't done it just yet, but this is a great start for him into this game.
He has Stim almost ready, and the Stalker's like, nah, I'm not going to that. That's line of sight blocker. By the way, Forge did complete +1 armor, but MarineKing cancels it out with the attack. And I wonder if Hurricane did this because he knows that MarineKing has gone for the fast +1 every single game, and he was just trying to beat it. I can promise you one thing. If he had not accidentally hit that G on that sentry, he would have held that a lot better. Obviously, he still lost a little bit.
But the reaction time for him was also like very
poor,
weird.
yeah.
I mean, he didn't see that coming for some reason. He didn't pull those sentries back, losing both of them. That is so much gas that you invested. And now we have those additional gateways being added 3 at a time. We have the robotic spay nearly completed. Wants to go for the timing here, but we also see Medivacs. And with the Medivacs, he can now start dropping.
It's the formula that you're taught since you're young to beat MarineKing is if he gets ahead of you, just add a bunch of gateways and get ready to attack because you might be too greedy and you might still win. It's the recipe. He's going to have 1-1, 6 gateways, and depending on when he wants to go, he may or may not have 2 Colossi.
MarineKing is on the move. He has the Medivacs, but he's already been spotted by the Observer. He scans it, takes it down. Combat shield is completed.
Colossus range on the way, so he wants to hit this with Thermal Lance. There's no other reason why he would add 6 gates. If he's going to sit on 6 gates and defend MarineKing's aggression, MarineKing's going to have a 3rd base and he's going to get even further behind.
MarineKing is now trying to head into the +2/+2. Once the armor upgrade is done, he's already getting the armory and also the engineering bay. Concussive shell is on the way. Of course, Hurricane is a little bit aware that there could be a drop. He has units in the main base. Here's the Terran player once again, not stimming just yet, baiting out the photon overcharge.
MarineKing is so patient with his stims today. He's able to win against First just simply by not stimming a lot in his fights when he knew that he was only facing Storm, basically.
He was trying to build a base at the bottom left, but there is a probe that immediately attacked the SCV. Here comes now the Twilight Council. And still no range for the Colossus. Only 1.
He needs to be so careful here. He lost those sentries early. He can't afford to lose these.
Forward Observer, really important for Hurricane now. Gives him the perfect vision.
Yeah, he knows no drops coming in.
Yeah.
More units rallying across the map from MarineKing, just a small force of it. Now he finally goes for the Doom drop. Takes a chance.
He takes a chance here, and he's a lot faster in the main base than his opponent, and he's starting to retreat.
That was very risky, and it's a good choice to turn around. Nothing lost there except time.
Yeah, MarineKing not being too greedy here. I like this, not leaving this much chance. Boosts in with another Medivac to find out what's happening here. He's just trying to find an opening, trying to find a position. Moving in again.
Cannon.
Can he maybe snipe the Nexus at some point? He doesn't have the time yet. But he takes down maybe another pylon. Here comes the Guardian Shield. Second Colossus is out. We have the first few Vikings in the mix.
He sees those force shields and he says, you know what, this is going to work against your Zealots more than it works against me. The Colossi not able to really do a ton of damage there at the back. Finally getting closer.
One of the Vikings down. He's moving in again, taking down even more of those Zealots. We have the Photon Overcharge doing its damage against the Bioforces, and MarineKing using another stim to run away.
Yeah, MarineKing getting ahead in the upgrades right now. It's 1-1 versus 1-1, but the second Forge is very late, and Blink coming down. We've seen Hurricane take a 3rd base like this before. When he's in a weird position with his upgrades, he's behind in some ways, but just decides to take that 3rd.
The build that MarineKing is using here is basically exactly what he did on Daybreak the first time that he faced Hurricane, except for the fact that this time he's building Vikings.
Yeah. And, it's even almost more like the build that we saw him use against First where he won. With the Hellbats coming out this early, and then no Ghosts whatsoever. He's not planning on dealing with that transition just yet.
Zealots moving into the mineral line at the natural. MarineKing looking at them and being like, no you don't.
Yeah,
Taking them down.
He's like, well, this isn't quite this isn't gonna freak me out. You think I'm Bjorn or something?
Yeah. Well, he has +2/+2 nearly completed, and he's moving out with a huge army. He has a 30 supply lead over his opponent, and in army supply, this is 108 against 77.
Yeah, and he's going to have 2-2 versus just 2-1. And right now, there's no charge either. He went Blink first, so with Blink, you're not going to have a lot of power against a direct frontal assault. Charge Zealots would have been much better for him.
Will MarineKing break the pattern and take the win against Hurricane here? He has a huge army on the map. This time he has Colossi, and Daybreak he didn't.
He has to kill this Nexus, though, if he just walks away.
Vikings against Colossi, of course. Here we go, a few units at the left, trying to move in at the third base of his opponent, and Hurricane, is he abandoning it? It looks like it.
Yeah, he's going to abandon it, but he will kill several MarineKing's units in the process. He needs to target those Colossi a little bit better.
Mothership Core says goodbye, not even using a time warp here. Zealots at the bottom left at the third base of MarineKing, and once again he doesn't send over units to defend against it, but he took down his opponent's third, and now he realizes what's happening, pulling the SCVs off.
He wants to chase this down. He wants to kill these Vikings while they're isolated, and then go for a big engagement, because he has so many Stalkers, not a lot of Zealots. He gets his third base up.
Oh, the concave for MarineKing! Is he taking the fight? He kind of has to.
His Vikings ran way too far away, and yeah, you're right, he has to fight here, but this is exactly what Hurricane wanted.
Hurricane is losing a lot here, but so is MarineKing. Both of them still fighting tooth and nail here. Such a razor-thin engagement, but all those Colossi are coming through for the Protoss player. The Terran using his Vikings, but there are not enough of them.
Not enough. There's just a few Stalkers left. They're going to chase the Vikings down. Hurricane keeps his base, but MarineKing is in tires. He didn't deal with the Zealots. Again, just like on Daybreak, is he going to lose his commander? This time it's not DTs.
He might, but he might lose a lot more, because here comes the army of Hurricane, and it was the perfect flank for the Protoss player. MarineKing had to fight.
Yeah,
he had no chance.
Couldn't just run away there.
There was just no option for him, and he had no chance of winning that fight, but he was like, well, I have at least to try.
Hurricane intentionally chased the Vikings with the Stalkers, and he was hoping he'd catch the army away from the Vikings away from that army, and he did. Now he's got an army that MarineKing will not be able to beat. He quite frankly, does not have enough Vikings.
MarineKing has much better upgrades, but can he withstand against this much pressure? There's a 40 supply lead for Hurricane. Blinks in, snipes one of the Vikings. The rest of the army is moving down. The force fields are immediately there to stop them, to trap them against the Colossi.
Yeah, a blink in again to start targeting off those medevacs. He boosts away, but how far can he run? He's running out of space really, really fast here, and this is going to be it. The Stalkers.
He's pulling the SCVs.
SCVs come down. Stalkers take out the last of the Vikings.
MarineKing is dropping in supply once again. The curse holds true. Still Hurricane, the kryptonite of the Terran player. He takes, for the third time, a win against MarineKing in this up and down group.
Tripling the supply now, and MarineKing, he's known for a lot of greed. He's known for a lot of things. His GG timing is certainly one of the things he's known for. Stims down here for his last stand. Cannot barely even get just one Colossus.
Takes down one, trying to take the second, but there is the inevitable GG. And Hurricane, once again, safe. For now, he's safe. He knows already that in this tiebreaker, he is not going to fall to Korea. MarineKing has to face first. Again.
MarineKing has to face first again. He was able to beat him twice. Can he do it a third time? Will the trend continue? If you ask me, I say yes.
And MarineKing, he lost again. I thought he would be able to take this game, but no, Hurricane is too strong. So Hurricane knows already that whatever happens, he will not drop to Code A in this tiebreaker. There might be a third tiebreaker between the three of them, but in this tiebreaker, he is safe. He might be able to win against First later and then advance to Code S in case MarineKing wins the next match. But whatever happens, Hurricane will at least have another chance here.
Yeah. Star Station is the map. So this is another completely different map that we haven't seen yet for this matchup. Large map, similar to Whirlwind in a lot of ways, just simply because it's large, there's a lot of open areas, but there are a few more hallway-type places. And like you said earlier, this is not cross-spawn Star Station for those tuning in a little bit late. This is the all spawns possible map.
Exactly. Really important to realize here, this is not the ladder edition, this is the GSL edition, and here all the spawns are still possible. So for the third time, First now up against MarineKing, and twice MarineKing defeated his opponent, and now he has to do it once again. He is the one who dropped the ball in game number 1. First is now looking at this game and he's like, okay, I hope that First takes down MarineKing, then the both of us will advance to Code S. But even if that's not the case, Hurricane has another chance of advancing. So if you are winning the first map in one of those tiebreakers, you always have the best position.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, First, can he reverse things here? You know, he's had a lot of trouble against MarineKing, losing to him twice now on different maps to similar situations. Or is MarineKing just going to get him in the late game once again?
The funny thing that we really have about this tiebreaker so far is that we have exactly the same results.
Yes.
The same results in the first tiebreaker that we had in the original group stage, in the regular group stage, and now in the second tiebreaker. So far, the same pattern holds true. So we're going into the third time that MarineKing has to face First. It is on Star Station this time. We have MarineKing also in the lobby. First is already in the lobby. Both of them are ready to dance this dance once again. MarineKing looked a little bit annoyed with his loss after the third loss against Hurricane. And he had a really good position there. But that flank that the Protoss player set up when he chased down the army of MarineKing after the Terran player took down the third base to the top right was just too good. MarineKing fell behind in the game and now he has to win it.
Yeah.
Win it or go down to Code A.
He cannot afford any more mistakes. He's got the history of beating this player. But is that really going to get into your... I mean, that's not the type of feeling that you normally have when you're one game for losing. Not, well, I beat him twice already. And you almost feel like you're in a best of 5 with him, and
yeah.
But you're the one who's at 2-0 or 0-2.
You know, today it's really... I mean, I have to say that Hurricane plays exceptional today. In his PvP, he doesn't seem as solid as in the other matchups, but in general, just a very good performance.
I'm impressed because he does different builds every time. That's what I really like to see. He's the most versatile. He's not playing, you know, he's not looking at a cookbook right now, just making the perfect recipe for late game.
MarineKing trusts again in the red rims against First. He defeated his Protoss opponent twice. He needs to do it again. First versus MarineKing on Star Station. He had the GSL up and down Group C. Our second tiebreaker, the game between MarineKing and First, brought to you by Colorado Wolf.